Okay, so now let's start our next lab, which is recognize and synthesize speech. I hope you understood the difference between speech recognition and speech synthesization. So this is the time we are going to start the lab. I've already logged into my lab environment. The first thing we are going to do is we are first going to open our portal.azure.com and we'll log in with our lab username and password. Now, in this case, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to use Azure AI Speech Service. And that's why, if you see right now in the instructions, it's showing us that this is a service which is actually going to include speech to text API as well as text to speech API, both. You can use the same service for whichever way you want to use that. Now let's make sure that if you want to use this lab properly, because this is a separate lab environment, which is a virtual environment, you actually need a speaker or headphones kind of a thing which is connected with your computer. If you have that, then only you'll be able to provide your input with speech. Now, as of now, we'll just directly proceed with the steps and we'll focus on the lab configuration which we have to do. So step number 1 is done. The step number 2 is we are going to create a speech service here. So let's click on create resource, AI plus machine learning, and we are going to create a speech service. While creating a speech service, we will make sure that we are going to select a free tier, and then we are also going to specifically give any specific region with that. So let's choose our resource group. East US is perfectly fine. I'm giving a meaningful name, Maruti Speech Service, with some number at the end for a unique name, and we're going to choose free F0. All fine. We're going to click on review plus create. Validation is passed. We'll click on create. And once it is done, all we have to do is we just have to make a note of keys and endpoint, which we will use in our application. So while the service is actually going on, let's open our Visual Studio Code and clone our Git repository. I'm going to use git clone, providing a repository URL. Just make sure this is the official Microsoft GitHub repository. So if you also want to clone this and you want to use the same repository code, you can do that. I'm just going to clone it in my default directory. So select a repository destination is fine. This will be done very soon. I'm going to click on open. Okay, my repository is successfully cloned here. If I expand the lab file section, we have a couple of sample applications which are inside this, and what we are going to do is we are going to use this one, which is lab number 7 and 8, which is focusing on speech and speech plus translation. Now let's focus on the steps right now. It's first asking us to go to lab number 7, speech, and then inside that we have speaking clock. So let's just check that. C#. Speaking clock is my application name, and all we have to do is first we are going to open this in the integrated terminal so that we can add a package. For this we are going to add a package which is Microsoft.cognitiveservices.speech, and we are going to add a specific version of that with the C#. So that's exactly what we will do next. Executing this command. It's going to take some time. It's going to add the packages. While this is happening, let's go to our resource, which is a speech service which we have created. And from this service, we actually need two things, which is keys and endpoint. I'm going to copy my endpoint. Going back to my Visual Studio, and in the app settings.json, it is asking me for two things. It's actually asking for speech key as well as speech region. Actually, we don't need endpoint in this case. We just need key and region. So I think let's take a key. This is a key, and I'm providing it here. Hey guys, sorry for interruption. My name is Maruti and I'm here to make a very important announcement. I hope you are liking our videos and you're doing a continuous learning with us on an Azure Cloud and AI related topics. If you are enjoying this thing, I'm going to announce skilltech.club, which is our upcoming website, which is going to be launched very soon. We are here to tell you one thing, that everyone who is a subscriber of this particular channel will get Azure Cloud and Azure AI related certification courses free of cost in skilltech.club. So you will be a part of the skilltech.club kind of a membership automatically free of cost. And everyone who's a subscriber of this particular channel will get those benefits which are available in that. So what are you waiting for? I request you to please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and families if they are also interested in Azure Cloud and AI learning. That's it from my side. Now you can carry on with your learning. Thank you. And then I believe my region is East US, so let's copy that and let's paste it here. Remember, for speech and translation services, actually we always need key and region. That's it. We do not need endpoint for this kind of services. We are going to save this configuration, which we already did, and this is the time we are going to move forward to the code of this application. So let's go to program.cs. First thing first, obviously we have to import the namespaces. So we're going to add two namespaces here, Microsoft.cognitiveservices.speech and Microsoft.cognitiveservices.speech.audio. So these two things are added here. Don't worry about this errors which are visible here. It won't be there once we build the project. So this is perfectly fine, nothing to worry. Moving forward, we are going into the second step where we have to write a code for configuring a speech service and voice service. So let me just scroll down. This is a section where I need configure speech service and configure voice kind of a logic. Basically, this is a very simple code which is going to associate with my service using a service key and region. And then while configuring a voice, we actually have plenty of choices. We have a speech gallery in which we have multiple voices which are available in multiple languages. We are choosing one of the voice right now, which is in English, and then we are using that neural kind of a voice which is available here. Now, if you want to try different voices, you feel free to try that and you can use that. Once we are done with this, all we are going to do is we are going to save this application right now, and we'll try to see if it is working or not. So for that, we'll just do .NET run. Now, before we run this application, actually, if you see the logical code here, it's just going to get the spoken input kind of a configuration from this. Whatever you're going to provide is this. It's going to look for what time is it, and then it's going to tell the time in that particular language. Now, obviously, we have to implement a code which is focusing on transcribe the command, but we are not doing it right now. We are just trying to check what is happening right now. So that's the reason we are just going to do .NET run, and we'll see what is happening with this. Okay, I got some kind of a warning here, which is the async method lacks await operator, which is mentioned here, that if that kind of error occurs, don't worry about that. So we are fine with that. And now it's showing me that ready to use speech service in East US, which means that my instance configuration is actually successfully done. Now, I do not have any microphone connected with this, so I do not want to try that right now. But yeah, this means that the configuration is okay and we do not have any errors in this particular code, which means we are good to go and we can add the remaining code so that we can check this thing actually. Moving forward, in the next section, we are going to associate with transcribe command, which is here. And inside that, we have to first add configure speech recognition. So this is the exact point where we are going to add this 2-3 lines of code. We are using an audio config file, which is helping me to customize this audio. And then this is a place where we are actually going to take it from the microphone. And then whatever you're going to speak is going to be taken here with the help of this audio config object. Now, I'm sure in the module I have explained that how the audio config and speech configuration is going to be done with this. So this is exactly the same code which is doing that. After this, we are going to add few more sections. So we can add one more package here, which is going to use an input file from a file if you do not have a microphone. So we are going to, focusing on this particular section right now. So let's add this package, which is system.windows.extension. We also need to add some namespaces on the top like system.media. And then in the main function with transcribe command function under the command configure speech, which is this one. This is your configure speech service. Now in this, if you want, you can actually use this particular file, which is time.wave. You can see this file is already here. Now if you do not want to use microphone, then you can use this time.wave kind of a logic. Now in this case, in spite of using this configure speech service kind of a code which we have given here, we are actually going to use this one, which is configure speech recognition, and then this is going to take that particular audio file, and using that audio file is going to play that. So that's something which we can implement here. Now as of now, I'm just going to comment, or I can remove this code also if I don't want this. Okay, this is my speech recognition code, which is we have added here, and this is the code which we actually need to change. So I'm going to remove this code, and I'm going to add this new section in that. Same way, we are going to add code to process and transcribe command. So we are going to add this process speech input also with this, which is here. And then after this, we just have to save and run this application. So let me just save it. Now we can do .NET run right now, and then it's going to, if you're using a microphone, we have to say this. Otherwise, we are going to take that particular file which is available there. Now in my case, I do not want to do that right now. I just want to use a synthesize speech also, so that we can use how it is going to be associated with synthesize speech. So let's do this part. So I'm going into my main function where we have a tell time kind of a configuration. So this is my main function, and this is our tell time kind of a function which we have. So what we are going to do is we are again going to change configure speech synthesis with this new object. Now actually right now, if you do not want to do that thing, you can try this also. I think it is a better idea to try .NET run, so that we can see at least up to this point it is working or not, so that after that we can change the code and we can use the synthesis. Yeah, you can see right now I just executed this command, and I'm able to hear that it is saying what time is it in this particular case. So that is something which is working, and it's also showing me the time also, which is right now. So which means that this code is working up to this point. Now this is additional code which is helping me to synthesize this particular configuration. I can also use a different voice kind of a configuration here inside that configure speech synthesis method, and then I can use something called SSML, which is speech synthesis markup language. Now I'm not trying all those things right now because of the duration of this particular lab, because I just have few minutes left in this lab, and then I also do not have a microphone connected with this particular lab environment. So this is perfectly fine. I hope you guys are going to try this thing the same way we are doing other labs, and this is what we have here. So just make sure you're going to configure the synthesis. It's going to use different language. You can try different kind of voices here. You can try what kind of pronunciation you want to configure inside this using this SSML configuration. And this code is going to be implemented here. So all the very best. Thank you.